Hola amigos, bienvenidos a CommSessions, una serie de charlas prácticas dirigidas a pastores y líderes, con el objetivo de promover la creatividad, la innovación y la colaboración en la iglesia. Desde la sede de la Iglesia Adventista del Séptimo Día en la División Interamericana, te invitamos a participar y a compartir e implementar estas ideas. Envíanos tu comentario, saludos y preguntas a iadmedia@interamerica.org.
Los medios de comunicación son uno de los caminos más importantes que Dios usará para la proclamación del Evangelio al mundo. En el libro de Apocalipsis, capítulo 18, encontramos cómo un ángel desciende del cielo con gran poder y toda la tierra es iluminada con la gloria de Dios. Este mensaje es compartido con potente voz, dice el libro del Apocalipsis. Esta expresión describe la forma como el último mensaje de esperanza será compartido con todos los habitantes del mundo entero. Para alcanzar este objetivo divino, los medios comunicacionales deben ser una herramienta utilizada con efectividad para alcanzar al mundo. En este sentido, debemos preguntarnos, ¿cómo impactar los medios de comunicación para lograr transmitir el mensaje deseado? Para responder esta pregunta,
transmit the message we want. There are two principles I want to address to answer the question. In order to impact the media, without investing great resources to transmit the information massively, is to generate activities that create attention for the university, for the people, significant, repetitive, and innovative news. Many media will be interested in showing these events that will benefit the community. If these are creative activities, they have a great importance for the community. If these recurrent activities may be taken in account by them. Repetition may be getting greater attention and more mediums will be showing them. This may be achieved through the media, moving through the news with, instead of announcing that the church will be helping the communities, it would be better to say, smile, here we are. With a communication editorial, we do not promote churches, but instances to help the people, and the doors will open. The confirmation of an equipment or a team of specialists in communication that can help in the development of an impact plan for communication. In this team, we must have newspapers, photographers, web page specialists, Twitter, Facebook, radio specialists, and so on. The purpose is to assure that the message is shared through all possible media. We need to find volunteers that are responsible in each church, in each city, in each field, with the objective of forming a web that is able and it's aligned with the objectives we are promoting, and with a commitment to achieve the themes we want. To impact television, we have to send communications 2 weeks before and repeat them a couple of days before to the press with the objectives of the program so that the people will be aware. The social character of the event is the most important one. We should note the morning newscasts to inform the community of this event so that they can benefit more people. We must prepare people that will be speakers for the event, and that they will be interviewed in these morning interviews. With radio programs, you have to communicate with the radio stations, the communicators. For the newspapers, you take photos of the previous events if you have them. The purpose is to get the support, to let the service known to the community. And those that from the community that want to share would join in the purposes of the communication. It's important that all the members of the media that knows a radio jockey may contact them so that they can support this diffusion of this event for the benefit of the community. Now, this aspect is very important to let you know. In each of the media, we should do a follow-up during the days of the event and after, with the purpose of the people that will be present, with the digital communication and personal communication. We should get the support to get this information to all the community. The hashtag will be promoted within all the members, especially the youth, that they may be a group that is responsible to create information with photos that should be shared through official pages and personal pages even. In Facebook, for example, we should promote the event massively, and also in Twitter. We can mention the tweets of the government entities, of the newscasts, and also for people that are influential in the community. To impact the people, a significant, repetitive program should be prepared for the community. You should prepare a press release that should be presented to each one so that the community may be blessed. Besides, be ready to invest resources so that the team will have everything they need so that the work may be focused on knowing, being able to give the world all the people. If Olympiads were not announced, only the athletes and those present would know about them. So we need to promote them. We need to transcend the frontiers. We need to expand so that thousands will know. We have to use effectively the means by which the world may know. It is time for the church to raise their voice and share this last message to the world. We're all counting on you. My name is Moses. I am an example of a life transformed by Jesus. Read my story in the Bible. One of the principal elements to share and to communicate the identity of an institution, of an organization, is the visual image and also the verbal image, that is the logotype and the name. In the case of the church, the Adventist Church, the name has been established from the very beginning of the church, but it was until 1996 when the church decided to create its own logotype, its own visual image. Now, this was 20 years ago. This year, in 2017, the church decided that it was time to make a change and refresh, update the visual image of the church. That is, make some changes in the logotype that would be look fresher and more practical and up to date. Besides, this year, the changes would include a new font. With the previous font that was used, more ornaments, the serif type. This was a font style that is more complicated to read. Besides, the church found a new font that could be translated into more than 800 languages, and this is very adequate for the world church. So this is the main change that the church has done for the logo type. The second very important change that has been proposed is that the logo type, or the logo, may be separate, may be used without the name of the church. Now, why has that been done? Because in some instances, in cell phone, in a pin, for example, where you won't need to, or we don't fit the whole name of the church, the three colors, and so on. So now the possibility is that you will have the logo type in a circle, in a particular proportions that have been established. So this is a new characteristic of the visual identity of the church. Another characteristic is what we know as creation grid. This is an option to protect the logotype visually so that it may be positioned only in that one area of work. What is interesting about this is that the proposition is that the work area should be divided into 7 columns, same size. And in the 7th column, the logotype may be used there by itself. Now, besides the protection of the visual space, we share a philosophy, a belief we have as Adventists, which represents the 7th day, the Sabbath, as a day of rest. In that 7th column, the logotype would be all by itself, without graphics, without words, without anything else, but only the logotype of the Adventist Church. Another characteristic is the color palette. This color palette, we used before 3 colors, the green, the gray, and the gold. For 2017, we are proposing new colors, and for Inter-America, we are using 2 colors. The name is Mink, and the other one is Warm. The blue will be used only with regard to Adventist education. That's the blue. One of the new items in the visual forms is the legal aspect. We have used it often with the church. Now, the logotype, we are emphasizing that it is a protected, copyrighted logotype. Thereby, only the official church entities may use it. We would emphasize not to use other elements with the logotype. So this is something that is has legal aspects to it, and every institution should recognize and work like this. And the new entity envisions. This is in order to create a hierarchy with the names of the church. The GC has asked that we should use the name of the church, Seventh-day Adventist Church, and with smaller type, the particular union, like the Inter-American Division, the union, the conference, or the local church. So the General Conference has provided a special page for information. The name of the page is identity.adventist.org. There you will be able to find all the information regarding this new visual identity. In that same page, there is a section for the Inter-American Division where you will find the different propositions, the different needs for this territory. Remember that if we all share using correctly the visual and the image of the church, the corporate identity will be much stronger, and our message will be more effective. The purpose of this is to share the Adventist Church. People need to know about Jesus. This is to find new ways to share the message of the world, to share with you, to share so that you can apply them to wherever you live. Now, find the resources, interamerica.org page. I've always liked the sea. I find it very marvelous, and I wanted to use it as a metaphor this time. As communicators, we are those people, those persons, where that point where the sea touches the ground. The church would be the ground, and we do not have a calm sea. We have an agitated sea that includes many people that are ready to drown. Many that are tired come with very cold and feeling almost drowning. So what point of reference are we going to create? Is it a cliff where we are at the very top in a privileged place where they cannot access? Will they need to have the conditions of an athlete to get to the beach? Or should we offer a beachhead where they can come in and reach and access the church? The Inter-American Division has 24 unions and 150 communication directors throughout the fields. Now, 174 communicators seems like very little for all the kilometers and kilometers that we have to meet. There is a deficit in the communications and the number of communicators in the church. Therefore, in each of us, as we touch the sea, we should create a beach that would be appealing. How many rocks will you be able to move out? How many ports will you develop? This work may be infinite, so we need an army of creative volunteers to share our. We need storytelling clubs, places of encounter, where new stories may be showed, stories that show the church, show the departmental activities, children, stewardship, health program, all for evangelism. The attitude should be, will there be a group of kids that know how to create cartoons? Come, I'll show you. We'll show you how to work this to make a group. If you like video and music, come, we'll show you. If you like designing, if you like art, come, we'll help you promote the events. The strategies do not indicate the activities we do, but it focuses on the people that are interested in communication. We find their specific activities and synchronize that activities with our projects. In order to reach this, the action of the communicators in the church must be something desirable and interesting. No one wants to spend their time in useless things. We cannot pay, so we'd like to convince you, for example, to join us in a good invitation, as they can come to the true vision of a project in salvation. We would share an experience that is important, that with their work they can help to bring a positive change to other people. In second place, to pray for the invitation that they receive to work with us. Maybe at a moment that they can understand that this is a calling that will help their lives also. Third place, to instruct them, to keep the working team educated and to stimulate the new people. The universities offer online courses, seminars, workshops, so why not make a study group with those for these topics? All learning activities will be good, so that as we present them to the means and to real projects, they can reflect that information to better importance for them. This is getting the people involved. They must be involved with the agenda of the people. We should involve them and connect them with the activities and the people. The division now has 18 production centers and 80 radio stations, transmitting stations. So preparing information for all of these photographic and so on from that space, we can go from the formal needs of the church. We would go to the need of the people that find themselves useful for the church. Now, from the interior, the projects should last depending on the type of medium needed to create the communication. So the pastors and the lay people should share their plans so that we can take their needs to these work groups, so we can plan and create for them. We should create an innovative project with each union so that they can come to the storytelling groups, so that these efforts will not be isolated, but will have a greater impact as they fulfill the needs of the unions and divisions and the systems. We should form a part of a body, of a group, that this great machine may work together like our body. The same thing can happen with the church. We have unions, departments, ministries, churches. Each one is different, but each one is working for the same object of the Adventist Church in sharing the good news. It doesn't matter how many activities are possible. If we can't use them, they will not be enough. Cecilia, after 33 years of happiness, you're very happy? Very, very happy? And that is very interesting. I think I am very, very happy. I remember when we were in school, the first thing in school, we were taught this sign. This is to the addition. And adding is true because in the Adventist home, the greatest happiness in life is the incidents, the numerous incidents, daily, the courtesies and the attentions. And that is what happiness is. Now, I think the small attentions, for example, is when you open the car door for me. And, it doesn't cost you. Yes, that is true, but we have to practice these little things that do not cost us much. They're not too much effort, but just a little dedication to make our spouses happy. Now, when we speak to a couple that have a problem with their family relationship and they're ready to separate, I never heard that they say, we're separating because you didn't get the best house or the best car. But what we do here is that you don't pay attention to me, you don't help me anymore, or you don't wait for me anymore. Those little things are not very expensive, but they're very tiny. But for the heart, those are the addition of happiness. Marriages can be happy, and they can be happy when they take into account these little things, which, as they are added together, one and the other, constitute the great sum of happiness in matrimony. We live in a time of constant changes. We're talking about the digital revolution that we had never thought of before. This changes the way in which we relate. We live in a culture that likes and shows how many likes or how many friends we have in the social media. Among all of these, we have the great challenge to reach these communication. Well, that's what it's about. This is the phenomena. This is the digital revolution. Everybody is distracted in the digital world, and here we have the need to preach. The Lord has given us that commission: go throughout all the world and preach the gospel. Now, the question that we have now is, how can we reach those people? Well, the question is, we should be where they are. We should think about the influence of this medium have in communication. How many hours do they spend listening to radio? How much time do they spend before a television set? How much time do they invest, our youth, for example, in the social media? How distracted are they there? So then we should not do the same we have been doing all the time. If we need different results, if we need to reach the people today, we must use different methods. We must go where the people are. That is, in the social media. We must be consistent with the great audience that the communication media has today. The human being, which is an empty person because none of the ideologies have been able to fill their needs. They should be oriented towards money. It should be interested to look for virtual friends. How many friends do we have on Facebook? Like 3,000, or are they friends, or are they just contacts? This virtual world is where we should be able to reach Jesus, because they are empty. If we reach the gospel of hope to them, they don't know that what they need in their lives is Jesus. Are we going to leave them there alone? No, we have to go where they are. And you may ask, well, how can we see in so many pictures and so many news? I will share a few secrets with you. First, connect. That's the first thing you must do, is to go into the social media. One of the characteristics that Jesus had during his worldly ministry is his social media. He had a social communication with his disciples, with his followers, and he was interested in making the best for other people. So we should have an interesting content, a content that will hook other people. It's not just to get a like from them. We must go beyond. Facebook has about 19,000 visuals. WhatsApp has about 1,200 million. Instagram has 700 million. YouTube about 1 billion. So we have to connect and we have to share. Well, that's what it's about, to share. You like to be shared. People are anxious to eat the Word of God, but they don't know. So you should share something that is understandable for all. If you're going to share a picture, it should be well programmed, not sharing others' pictures. Now, almost any cell phone is HD. So why not create a team with the people of the church that have so many followers, youth that are so interested in coming with the mission. Every member of the church should be a potential preacher, a leader of opinion that will bring others to Jesus. Don't publish general content. Our content should be clear with a clear message. Our public should be people that are interested. The first thing is to gain friends for Jesus, to reach Jesus, and for the technologies that are available, use the technology to accomplish our mission. The mission of being social is to involve all the members involved, using all the media, the communication medium, in the adequate language, so that they can reach others with the message of salvation and hope that they have in Jesus Christ. I challenge you to return as a leader to the local church. Find the youth, find the members that you want to involve, those that already have the accounts, that already have followers, and plan what you're going to do. At the beginning, it may be a little difficult. You may not have too many followers, but you must continue insisting until you reach the goal. I reach you to take in charge of Hope Channel Inter-America, the radio station, so that all the involved members may do something new to bring hope to the people.